The Green Bay Packers just got more good news after trading away Preston Smith. I'm going to break that down for you guys in this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a second to do so. Let's jump into it. I know the verdict is out on whether or not Gutekunst made the right decision in trading away Preston Smith for a seventh round pick, but there's more to it than meets the eye. The Packers are going to be saving over $36 million in cap space. And if you do the math over the next couple of years, that means Preston Smith is going to be 33, 34 years old for the Packers. How many DNs do you know in the league produce at a high level at that age? Gutekunst just knows when to move on from players at the right time. I want you guys to leave your comments. How many Packer fans out there are unhappy with Gutekunst moving on from Davante Adams and his contract when he did, or even Aaron Rodgers and his contract when he did, or even he taking a step back and moving on from Aaron Jones and getting Josh Jacobs in there. I think it was a great move for the organization and the Packers offense. So here's what Gutekunst had to say. He says, Aaron Mosby, Bretton Cox, they've earned more opportunities, and he's excited for the pair to get more snaps moving forward. He thinks that an infusion of youth up front will help the Packers over the second half of the season. I tend to agree with them. It's a long season. It's a very long season, and you need youth in there. The Packers are the youngest team in the league, and the Packers just happen to have more youth at that position that they can turn to and lean into. He goes on to say that Bretton Cox, I think he's eager, and we're eager to see him. One thing we know about Cox is that the dude he's got a little bit of an edge to him, and I think it's going to benefit him. We already knew that being in Jeff Hafley's system, but Preston Smith was kind of standing in the way because the dude is really good. And yes, his defensive snaps started going down, which why wouldn't you move on from a player when their defensive snap starts going down? And you got guys that you've invested in like Lucas Van Ness. You have to see what you got in this dude. You spent a first round draft pick to go and get Lucas Van Ness, and you got Bretton Cox there, a dude that I think will flourish under Jeff Hafley's defense. Let's not forget you've got Aaron Mosby. These are guys that produced at a high production in preseason, and now they've got the ability and opportunity to go out there with trading away Preston Smith to showcase what these guys are capable of doing. We know what Kingsley Enagbare can do. He was very productive last season before he got hurt. And then we already know maybe this is going to boost Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary is a very good defensive end. Yes, his production has been down this season, but let's wait to the latter half of the season. We already know. Same thing with Jordan Love. The dude was 18 touchdowns, 1 interception the last half of last season. I know a lot of Packer fans out there are throwing in the white flag on this dude, but he will produce at a high level. I'm confident in that. But I'm super excited, and I think it's great news for the Packers because you're going to be able to see guys like Aaron Mosby go out there and get opportunities that they wouldn't have had because they were buried on the depth chart in Green Bay. Same thing with Bretton Cox, which means these guys are young. They're talented. They're going to be going out there. They're going to be able to be let loose because if they get tired, then the next guy up can get in there and showcase what they can do. Same thing with Lucas Van Ness, who I'm super excited about. I want you guys to leave your comments. Let me know after saying what I said. Are you upset with the Packers moving on from Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers when they did, in keeping in mind the contract? Okay, so Brian Gutekunst is looking he's looking at the best needs for the organization in cap space, trying to save the Packer organization money so that they, at the right time, can restructure a deal or go and sign a player like they did with Xavier McKinney. How upset are you with the Packers getting Xavier McKinney? You're not. The dude is super talented, super good. The Packers had the money to go and do so. This is going to allow the Packers to free up some money to maybe go and get an Xavier McKinney type guy out there. Leave your comments, and as always, go Pack, go.